The man on the beach. On the morning of December 1, 1948, a terrifying discovery was made on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. A dead body was found lying comfortably against the seawall, legs crossed as if he were simply sleeping. He was dressed in an expensive suit and tie, but there was something extremely wrong. He had no wallet, no identification, and strangely, every single label had been carefully cut off his clothes. His fingerprints matched no one in the world. He was a man who simply did not exist. The police were baffled. There were no signs of a struggle, no visible wounds, and his face was eerily peaceful. It was the beginning of Australia's greatest unsolved mystery. The evidence, the autopsy revealed even more disturbing glitches. His spleen was 3 times the normal size, and his liver was gorged with blood, suggesting he had been poisoned. Yet, extensive toxicology tests found absolutely no trace of poison in his system. It was a perfect, undetectable murder. Furthermore, his polished shoes were completely clean, implying he hadn't walked across the sand to get there. He had been carried. In his pockets, detectives found a half-smoked cigarette, a comb, and a ticket for a train he never caught. But the most chilling clue was what wasn't there. Who was he? And why did someone go to such lengths to erase his entire identity? The secret pocket. Months later, a pathologist re-examined the clothes and found a tiny, secret pocket sewn into the waistband of the man's trousers. Inside was a tightly rolled scrap of paper with 2 Persian words printed on it, Tamam Shud. In English, this translates to "it is ended." This scrap had been torn from a very rare edition of a 12th century poetry book called the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. The police realized this wasn't just a death, it was a message. They launched a nationwide search for the specific book this page was torn from, believing it held the key to the killer's identity. Miraculously, a man came forward with the exact book. The code. The man claimed someone had tossed the book into the backseat of his car near the beach around the time of the death. On the back cover of this book, police found faint pencil markings that looked like random gibberish. It was a string of letters, a complex cipher code. The Australian Navy and British intelligence tried to crack it, treating it as a top-level spy communication. They failed. To this day, the code remains unbroken. Was he a Cold War spy executed for knowing too much? Or was it a suicide note written in a private language? The letters seemed to mock the investigators, hiding their secrets in plain sight. The nurse. There was one more clue hidden in the book, a phone number. It belonged to a young nurse named Jessica Thompson who lived just minutes from where the body was found. When police tracked her down and showed her a plaster cast of the dead man's face, she looked terrified. She nearly fainted and refused to look at it again, but she denied knowing him. She took her secrets to the grave, leaving the world to wonder. Was he her former lover? The father of her child? Or were they both part of a Soviet spy ring operating in Australia? Her silence only deepened the dark mystery surrounding the Somerton man. The final glitch. For 70 years, the Somerton man was a ghost without a name. In 2022, advanced DNA testing finally identified him as Carl Webb, an electrical engineer from Melbourne. But this answer only created more terrifying questions. If he was just a simple engineer, why did he have a secret code that military intelligence couldn't crack? Why were his clothes scrubbed of all identity? And why was he poisoned with an undetectable substance? The name is known, but the motive remains in the shadows. We know who he was, but we still don't know why he died or who whispered, Tamam Shud, it is ended, over his cold body.